looks for the end zone. Touchdown!
And the left jab.
Makes the shot. Goal!
Good afternoon and welcome to the Stockholm Disc Golf Course. We're on a windy but sunny Sunday afternoon and we're about to head out on the final 9 with the top 5 from this morning's tournament. Heading out today will be Chris Hoyt, Duncan Holness and JJ Korzinski, all of Regina, and Trevor Lyons and Adam Daniels will round out the field, and they're both Yorkton golfers. And we're just going to take a quick minute here and talk to each of the golfers before they head out on course. Chris Holness, if we could get you to come on over here. I think I just called you Chris Holness, but what the heck, right? So yeah, it's Chris Hoyt. It's Chris Hoyt. So I'll talk a little bit about this morning being out here, first time at Stockholm course, and a pretty windy day to learn about a course.
It sure was. This is about the windiest that I've ever played in, and trying to do a new course with a new style of basket is always a challenge. And took a walk through the first just before the game, and that really helped. Takes some learning.
Had a really good first 9, second 9 slipped off a little bit. Let Duncan back into it a little bit.
Yeah, so I felt a little more comfortable with the course. So I was trying to put a little more power on it, and the wind just kept taking it and hitting trees and going all over the place that time. So
what's it going to take in this final 9 to finish at top?
I'm going to have to calm down a bit, not go for those long drives again, and hopefully everyone else screws up a little more than I do.
Excellent. Well, good luck out there. Duncan, if we could get you over here for a second. Hey, good. Well, if anybody's been watching Access 7 and saw the coverage from Yorkton, you were in the top 4 there, and you probably want to forget that top 4. It wasn't quite what you hoped for. But talk about today. First round, Chris kind of had your number, and second 9, you came back on him.
Yeah, sort of turned it around. Chris had it by 2, I think, in the first round, and I got him by 1 in the second round. Just this wind is playing hell on all of us. It's just crazy.
So is there a secret in this final 9 with this wind? Because it's probably gusting more now than it was when we were out there an hour ago.
Play for par. That's about it. Play for par.
Isn't that the way you win most tournaments?
Well, sometimes, yeah, but birdie's helping a lot of them. Today, par.
Well, good luck out there.
Thanks very much,
JJ. Okay, then I guess it's Trevor Lyons will get out here. So, surprise, surprise, you're in the final 9. How did that happen out there?
I have no clue with the way that I was shooting today, how I made it to the top 5.
A lot of bloated scores, though, today, just based on the wind.
Yes, the wind, it was pretty ugly out there. Like, there was a lot of 6s, a couple 8s I heard on the last round.
I can verify that.
Yeah, you were one of them.
Yeah, after a birdie on the first round, so that's how quick the wind can turn it for you.
Yes.
And I mean, you 75, that's like 15 over par, so that tells you kind of the final 5 here, there's some big scores and still made it into the top 5.
Yes, and with this wind, I think it picked up even a little bit more, so those scores could go higher.
So what do you have to do out there this afternoon to get into the top spot?
Not hit any out of bounds is for one, and just watch how I play with this wind.
Fair enough. Good luck out there.
Thanks.
JJ.
Hi.
So, welcome to the final 5 here.
Thank you.
Yeah, your first time at the course here in Stockholm. Tell me a little bit about what you thought of the course in the wind.
It's great. I love how disc golfing is taking off in these smaller communities, and it's super easy to set up just with the propane tanks. For today, it's been a little windy, a little tough for the guys. But yeah, we played a good round.
Well, you were in the middle of the pack at the end, 72. What's it going to take to be the top guy after the final 9?
I'm gonna wait and throw between wind gusts.
You hope.
I hope, if there's enough time.
All right. Well, good luck out there. Thank you.
Very much.
And Adam Daniels, the final rounds out the top 5 here. So, what's it like out there today in this wind?
It's different. It's windy, of course. It's just your discs do stuff you're not used to doing, and you hope to God that when you throw it, they don't end up out of bounds.
You're a big forehand thrower. Has that been a plus or a minus out there?
I get it's a plus on some holes, and some holes you can't do it. Luckily for me, when I throw a forehand, it tends to twist and roll. So there have been a lot of holes, especially 4, where I've pretty much rolled farther than they've thrown. So some holes it's good, some holes it's not.
So it's clean slate. What do you have to do to be the top guy?
Not 6-6 again for the 3rd time, and not go for it. Pull up when I've been going for it most holes. Probably in this last round would be better for me just to probably lay up and take the lower score.
Take pars.
Take pars, yeah.
Well, good luck out there.
Thank you.
All right, well, there you have it. That's our top 5. Chris Hoyt, Duncan Holness, and JJ Krasinski, all of Regina, Trevor Lyons, and Adam Daniels of Yorkton. Chris had a 68 in the first round, first 18. Duncan a 69. JJ was 72, and Trevor and Adam were 75. But those scores all go away, and we start on fresh with a final 9. And we're going to head to the tee right now, and we're going to follow them around on this final 9 on this windy day here at Stockholm Disc Golf Course. All right, we have here at the first tee Chris Hoyt from Regina. He'll be going to the tee at this point. This is the first hole. It is a par 4. It's a long way down there. Tight tunnel shot. Using a backhand. That's nice. If it doesn't bounce under the... Oh, he's going to have a terrible lie there. I think he's going to be in close to the dugout there. I think he's going to have a little bit of a nasty look on the second one. Duncan Holness, second final 4 that we've taped. Oh, there's a beauty. That's going right down. He's going to get a bounce through the... Oh, what a pretty one. He's happy about that. JJ Krasinski is up next. And he kind of does a little bit of a squibbler, but it stays in the open. It could have been a lot worse than that. It was headed to the fence line there. Trevor Lyons, the token lefty in our final 5. He'll be happy with that. That's straight down the middle. He'll take that. And now Adam Daniels, who will throw a forehand, the first of the group to do that. And that's going to be, the tree probably actually helped him out there a little bit. And there you have it, the tee shots from number 1. So here's JJ with his second shot. He could have been in a lot worse position than he was, but he's going to have a shot to the tonal now. Oh, he's getting a really nice bounce, but you get heard by the groan there, just a little bit less than he would have liked. Trevor Lyons is going to be up next, I think. Now Trevor's straight down the fairway here, but unfortunately with him being a lefty, it doesn't play well for him here. He's going to have to go out and over the... Oh, he's trying it down the middle. And well, he stayed straight, but it just didn't curl back to the tonal at all. This is a par 4. They'll be all happy to take that. Adam Daniels is next up. And if anybody cares, that is my son. Throws it. He's got a nice... Oh, if that curls in, this is going to look good. Oh, he went a little bit deep and didn't curl through the trees like he would have wanted. Chris Hoyt now, who had a better bounce off there than I thought. Going down the fairway. And then Duncan will be way up here. Duncan's in a really good position to get a bird if he can throw this one tall. Oh, it looks like JJ is going to get a third shot here because he's further back. It's one thing, folks, a little bit hard for us to tell from our vantage point here. Oh, and that didn't come back for JJ at all. Duncan now an approach shot to... Oh, he's going to be happy with that one, folks. That's right up there. Okay, we have Chris Hoyt up here. He's making his approach to tonal. This is where on a calm day he would take a real run for it, but he's going to be pretty happy to just play up like that. He's going to be very happy to just be there at the bottom. I suspect it's Adam Daniels will be away next here. Oh, and he was playing up and then kind of shanked it into the ground. Yeah. JJ is next. Oh, and that wind is getting something fierce, boys and girls. Now we have Duncan Holness going for the bird and right over the top. He's not going to be happy with that because he didn't leave himself a real gimme on the comeback even in this wind. Anything over like 5 or 6 feet today is an adventure in... Wow, as you can see, folks, it doesn't take much and the wind just... Oh. Yeah, that's a toughie. That is the kind of shot that just gets away from you and then you're in all kinds of trouble at this point. Snakes it up there. He's going to be taking like a 6, I think, on this hole now. Duncan going for par. Oh, and even that one there almost got away from him in that wind. Adam finishes out on after a floater. Everybody's going to clean up here now. So we're going to go around. We're going to let these guys tee off on 2 on their own because we're not going to really have much of a shot, and then we'll just catch them on the second tonal. Well, here we are on the second tee, and we've missed the first couple of shots. It's a place hard to get into for the camera and not be in the way, but we have JJ at the tee at this point. He's third up. Looking out, nice shot, right at the camera. Thought for a second there he was going to take out the cameraman. Now Adam Daniels, 6 on the first hole. He'll be happy to get anything that's close. He'll be satisfied with that. That's going to play for a par. And now they're going to be coming up here. They'll be doing their second shot. Number 2 here, big number 2 on it. Pretty easy to see. Going to hear some clicking, guys. I'm doing double duty, taking some camera shots as well. So here we are. This is a par 3, tough little shot coming around, and oh, the wind just slammed it out. That was Chris taking that shot. That really hooked on him hard at the end. You get it up in this wind, it can go anywhere. Duncan Holness now taking his second shot right at the camera. Falls into the tree, right at the base of the tree in front of us. Oh, no, oh, yeah, it's just got on its side and right into the tree. Trevor Lyons taking a look for his disc. I think he has to come this way a little bit more, Trevor. Think so. So it looks like Adam Daniels is going to take his shot and get it out of the way because he knows where it is. That is the wind taking it a little bit. Now, if you take a look over here, I think we've got Duncan about ready to shoot. Oh, he's just looking. I guess he's going to wait for... Oh, no, Duncan's taking a shot, looks like. Nice shot from under the tree. He'll be satisfied with that. Trevor Lyons out of the bush and just nowhere to throw. If you take a look at this, folks, this is the kind of shot you have to take. And he plays it beautifully. That was right off the post. Now, Trevor Lyons getting ready for another one. He's going to throw a little tomahawk out of here, and that didn't work out too badly for him. As you can see, we've got a lot of guys in the bush on this hole. Throws it up there nice. Adam Daniels going for par here in this wind. This is not a gimme. There he goes. Finishes it off. He'll be happy with that after the first hole. So I think that's pars all the way around except for Trevor. No? Oh my goodness, 3 4s. Oh, well, you see, there's somebody who wasn't paying attention there. You see, we missed the one shot. All right. Now we just turn around here, and the third tee is right here, and this is a toughie. In this wind today, it can go anywhere, and it's JJ up at the tee. It's a backhand. It's going to float up there. Look at that. It's, oh, that's nice. Oh. The question is whether that may be OB in the ball field, although it's hard to tell until we get up there, folks. Adam Daniels going the same route, and it's going to be the same situation, whether it's OB. Yes. Both of those have a high probability of being OB, but we can't tell from here. Chris Hoyt up at the tee, wishing the wind would go down, shaking his head a little bit. I think you're all right there, sir. You gotta love the animation of that, if nothing else. Oh, Duncan's got a nice looking shot. No, he's good there somewhere. He'll be laying up there somewhere. And now Trevor has the unenviable shot of a lefty throwing this hole in this wind. Oh yeah, that one's going to float way OB, I think. And so we are going to head back to the cart and head down the field to see how many of these guys are actually OB. Good. So Trevor, he did go OB, and he's waiting for a little bit of a lull in the wind. There just doesn't seem to be any of those now. And, oh, that was one of those things you don't know. It looks like we've got Chris Hoyt taking his second shot. Just so people know, the ball diamonds here, if you go into them on a shot, Duncan Holness over here on the right-hand side, preparing for his. He parked it almost on the 4th tee. This isn't a gimme right now either in this wind. Ah, that planted for him. Yep. Looks like it's JJ up next. Oh, lovely. Okay. Yep. So JJ was OB in the other ball diamond, which is really unusual. Had a big drive, obviously. Plays it up nice and safe. So who didn't go OB on this? Oh, Duncan finishes it out.
Duncan and Chris.
We're in OB, everybody else was. Oh, Trevor just underneath the tonal. Not going to be happy with that. And there he finishes out the hole. So somebody will come across here as we're walking by and tell us what the scores were on that, just so we can keep up. Who's keeping scores here, folks? Trevor? Yeah, just give us an update just on this hole for now, Trev. A bird. After that disastrous first hole, a big bird on a tough hole. He'll be very, very happy with that. So here is Adam Daniels off of the big birdie throwing. Oh, he got enough tree to be a little bit disappointed, but it's on the fairway here. Chris Hoyt, after following up there, is... Oh! There's... Wow! Well, that, my friends, is definitely OB. It's actually in somebody's yard. That one got away from him. He kind of grip locked that, we call that, and it just floated and floated and floated. There's a beauty from Duncan Holness. Long way down the fairway, hooked away from all the trouble. JJ Krasinski up at the dish here. Backhand shot. That's the one to throw today if you can. Yeah, that's going to be fine. It's going to hook, 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 and hook in the wind. But at least that way when it's hooking into the fairway, onto the course. And now it's a southpaw. Trevor Lyons throws it. And he's actually got a really... Oh, right into the tree. He's not going to be a happy camper with that one, folks. It was a really nice shot right up until then. So we'll follow along now and see how the rest of this hole... This is the longest hole on the course. All right, here we are on the number 4 fairway. This is a par 4, playing really, really long today. It typically is a long one. The guys have been out across the road and looking for Chris Hoyt's disc. He really grip locked it and put it into a yard. They have it now. They're just kind of determining where Chris will be throwing from over there. And he's going to be throwing from the edge across the trees. We're not actually going to see the shot because he's on the other side of the trees, but it should be coming across here momentarily. Okay, Adam Daniels throwing now. Aiming at, oh, there he's getting a roll and bounces off a tree, stays in the fairway. Set up nicely for a par. Trevor Lyons, of course, the lefty. Coming right at us and way to the right of the tee. He's not going to be particularly happy with that because he's going to be really close to this tree line right to beside our conveyance here, courtesy of the mayor of Stockholm. Gave us this golf cart. I tell you, I'm digging golf carts. I think I need one for disc golf. Here it comes. Right at us. In fact, right at the feet of the cameraman. Like, how much closer can you get to the camera guy? So JJ from the second tree line, making his approach shot. Here it comes. Nice. It's going to be nice. Nice, nice, nice. If it settles. Very nice. When you get everybody clapping for you, you know it's right up there. On a calm day, that would be a birdie shot. Today, he may just throw it to the bottom of the peg, take his par, and smile all the way to the next tee. Duncan Holness looking in his bag for something that fights wind. Lays down the marker. Curses the tree limb that's in front of his face. Decides that's... Do I need to move? Well, look at that. He wants us to move our cart. There should be rules against that. Hang on for a second, folks. There it goes. Oh. All right. This is an interesting shot for Trevor through the trees. You can see he's right beside the 8 tonal. Oh, he makes a pretty one. He would have liked that to have been on about another 15 feet, but that was a nice shot considering where he was on the fairway. Adam Daniels up and away. Oh! He's going to leave himself a bit of a long shot there for the next one. See, a lot of guys, when they go to throw, shaking their head at this wind. Gets a little bounce off a tree. He's going to be very satisfied with that one. All right, on the 5th tee. And Duncan Holness preparing to throw. This is straight down a tree line, and then you want to hook in to the left like that. Oh, he's going to bounce out on the other side. Nice spot for a bird on a good day and a par on a bad day. JJ going to try to repeat exactly the same shot. Same idea, just a bit shorter, but it is going to go through. The problem with that one now, you have a weird little flick shot that you have to make on this wind. Trust me, I know, because I had to do it twice today and didn't do it well either time. Adam Daniels contemplating, going to the cedar bag, cedar dust. Up high, but that's gonna come back and, well, it's on the other side. That's a parable. Let's put parable on this today. I think unless you're within 3 feet, it's parable. Trevor with a lefty going around. Oh, that's actually a pretty nice shot. So we have a little bit of a gallery here today. What do you think of the round so far?
Well, the wind's definitely making it a little bit more challenging for the guys here. Kind of evens the playing field out a little bit.
You were out there this morning yourself. What do you think of the course?
I got to explore the holes themselves and a lot of the woods surrounding the holes, so it was a nice walk.
Yeah, it is. It's always a nice walk, just like these guys are taking now. So we're going to follow them down, but I get to ride because I have a golf cart. So we'll follow them down. All right, guys, here we are on the number 5 approach shot to the tunnel. These guys are all making their second shot, and JJ is up first. He's running for the basket. It's rolling a little bit far. On a windy day like this, he's going to wish that was a little bit closer. Chris Hoyt up next, concentrating hard on this shot. Flips it out there nicely. He'll be satisfied with that. Trevor Lyons, who took a different approach to this hole, and he's getting to throw next. Very nice and conservative, right up there. Even in the wind, that should be a gimme. Adam playing it safe, right to the base of the pin. Nobody can miss that shot. That's a gimme. JJ Krasinski with his shot for par. Nice shot for par in this wind. That doesn't look that far, folks, but trust me today, there is no gimmies. Although Duncan wishes there was right now. And even there, if you noticed, he finished it out for a bird, but just untouched it at the bottom. Chris finishing out. Adam can't help but finish that one. And because the driver of the golf cart is a master of knowing where the course is, could have something to do with having to, myself and Trevor Lyons having designed this course, but we happen to finish up right here beside number 6, par 3.
Everyone 3 that except Duncan, I believe. I 3'd that. You 3'd that.
So pars all the way around except for Duncan Holness, who had a nice bird. Here he goes. So Duncan Holness, based on his birdie, first up on number 6. And he has one that's into the trees, and, well, you know, that's the kind of a shot to make today. Let the trees catch it and play par golf from there. He'll be satisfied with that. The only problem, if you happen to get through the trees, then trouble can happen all over the place. JJ Krasinski up number 2. Oh, that's going to be really good. Oh, look at that. Using the trees as catchers. Adam Daniels up. It slipped on him, but he's well out in the open, and he has a real nice little layup for a par. So Trevor almost blown to Esterhazy just now. As bad as the wind is, I have to say that I was out this morning with Chris and Duncan, and we actually did something I've never been part of before. got a little bit there. That could have been really close if it hadn't been for that low wind. But Duncan, Chris, and myself, actually on number 9, we actually had a star hole. First time I've ever been part of that. All three of us had birdies. And another guy using the trees to catch. Oh, I think it finally came down on him. I think he got there at the end. So we're going to move up and see how they finish this. Okay, here we are on the second shots on number 6. Adam Daniels. And that's exactly what I expected him to do. Play it nice and safe. Trevor Lyons, I expect him to do the same. He tried to be a bit braver, and that's what happens. So Duncan Holness out of the trees. Nice little flip shot. Duncan seems to like it on his knees, taking shots. Crawling around in the dirt must be one of the things that he's good at. I don't know. He just has a real knack for those shots. Maybe he's part gopher. Maybe he's Gainer the Gopher in real life. Maybe that's what he is. From Regina. Got to be a Riders fan, right? JJ, nice shot. That's a bird. Windy day, birdies are beautiful things. Trevor, who floated along now on the curve. And the wind is not doing Trevor any favors. Butterflies it up there, but it's safe. He'll take this 4. Chris out of the trees. There it is. I believe that's another bird. Am I correct? Looks like it. They're congratulating each other. So am I right, our players, that was 2 birds? So Chris and JJ with birds, Adam and Duncan with pars, and Trevor with 1 over for a bogey. A 5? 2 over. Well, we won't talk to that. That's a 4. I just saved him a stroke there, folks. He owes me a beer, a coffee for that one. So we're here at the number 7 tee. I think we don't need to do much moving. Here we go, folks. We're on the number 7 tee, getting down to the final 3 holes. JJ is up at the dish, coming off a birdie. And there are 2 trees in front of this that don't look like they're major trees, but they get hit all the time. Chris Hoyt, with the other birdie on 6, is at the tee. He is throwing a forehand. What a beautiful drive. Look at that, folks. Yeah. I'll tell you, like, he had lots of distance on there. How close it is to the tee, probably not close enough, or to the tonal to get a bird, but that was a beautiful drive. Duncan Holness looking up and going, what is it with this wind today? I mean, the man bun is even bouncing in the wind. Beautiful, right through. Lovely, parks it up there, nice. Adam Daniels in the wind with a forehand. Well, that's going to land, and it's going to, oh, I thought he was going to get the roll, but he can't be too disappointed with that. It should play to the basket from there. And Trevor Lyons, the lone southpaw, going around the same way, and oh, he's getting a bit of a roll, but it's not hard to follow that one. Big red desk floating around out there. And we're going to be moving on up the fairway here following these guys. All right, second shot on number 7, JJ Krasinski of Regina, taking a backhand. He hit the tree on the first, and he's floating that up. The wind just took that little flop On a good day, that would have probably went right to the basket. The wind carried it a little bit further than he would have wanted to see it go. Trevor Lyons, southpaw is next. Throws it up there. Unless he gets a roll, it's not going to go where he wanted it to. All right, Adam Daniels to the right of us now, right here. Getting ready for his second shot. And, oh, he's going to get a low ball. Oh, he's going to be happy with that. Tree helped him there. It never hurts to have a tree friend. And I think we should move up again because the other guys are a lot closer. All right, here we are now. Yeah, he's going to play that conservative from there. That was his second shot. I'm thinking it's JJ away here in the black, going to be shooting. This is his third shot. Oh, and the wind, look at that, folks. Now that is, if he got that on film, and following the wind is not easy to follow it with a camera because nobody knows where it's going, but wow. I think it's probably Duncan. Well, no, actually JJ's going to have to shoot again after that.
We saw JJ's putt sail past the basket there. One of the previous tournaments I played with him at in Yorkton, he actually won the long drive competition. And it's a little known fact that his beard actually gives him superpowers.
Is that it?
Enables him to get the extra 60 or 80 feet on those drives.
Oh, there you go. This is one of his running buddies from Regina, who is our gallery in the wind today. Duncan Holness now. You can find Duncan anytime, bright orange pants. He kind of went for that. It's a brave shot today. Adam Daniels in close. If he missed that, you would have saw an explosion from here to Esterhazy at least. I do know him a little bit. Trevor Lyons, who has struggled throughout this entire round, gets one in. Yeah. JJ will wake up sometime in about January screaming, remembering this hole. That's about the way this one goes sometimes. And yeah, certain amount of frustration after that shot. So we move to number 8. All right, we're at the tee here just before they start. Should let everybody know that Duncan Holness leads this pack right now with 2 holes to go with a 23. And Adam and Chris are chasing him down with a 25. And potentially the toughest hole on the course on a windy day will be 9. It could be the make or break for any of these players. So, but before we get to that, we have the fun hole, which is number 8, and Chris is at the tee. That's going to be a nice shot. Oh, look at that. That's a beauty. It is a raised tonal up there, though, folks. So in this wind, anything long on that hole for a putt is going to be tougher. Duncan wishing the wind would just quit just for 10 seconds so he could get the shot off without. Throwing a backhand. And it's through the... No, it's not. He wanted it to go through the trees there, folks. Adam Daniels, forehand at the... He's going to get a roll that's going wanky. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. So that was not exactly what he wanted. Now we got the left throwing Trevor Lyons. And it didn't get through either. They're not busting through the tree line here, folks. It's a tough. On a calmer day, it's not so bad. You can go low. JJ off a tough number 7. And not quite through either. So we're going to move on up and see how they do on this raised tonal. Here we go. So it's Trevor Lyons, furthest from the pin. Second shot. Oh, nice second shot. That's going to float up there. Oh, folks, that was very, very close to an amazing bird. That would have been probably the shot of the day. And instead, he now faces a very long putt in the wind. JJ, coming off a tough number 7, has a tough shot here now on with his second shot on number 8. He's throwing it around, and it just didn't come around enough. He's got a long shot. He's going to... Now we got Duncan one more time down on his knees. This should be one of those shots that he's just been plucking out of the air and doing a wonderful job of. This time, not so good. Hits a tree, drops to the bottom. Adam Daniels out of the tree. This is one that could be all kinds of trouble for Adam, and he needs to have a nice shot. Oh, he puts it down there. He'll be satisfied with that. He should be able to maybe... Like today, because it's a raised tonal, and what I say by raised, they're typically 52 inches to the top of the tonal. This one here is about 6 feet. That extra 20 inches changes the flight plan a little bit. And also on a windy day, once you start shooting up, it can just carry. JJ playing it safe and throwing it to the bottom. We got Duncan over here now, back onto his knees. You'd think that that's the only way he knows how to play. And he squirts it up there. And that should give him a 4. Now, can anybody pick up a stroke on him here? This is Chris's second shot here. So he may be trying to go for this, folks, because this could be a 2-stroke swing if he could pull this one out. He tried, couldn't quite do it. But they should be picking up a stroke here on Duncan. Adam in close, just gets it. He'll be satisfied with that. That's par for Adam Daniels. The best Duncan can do at this point is a 4. I do believe that that's going to leave Adam Daniels a stroke back, going to 9. Trevor, after that beautiful attempt at a long birdie, hits the pole underneath, doesn't get the... all kinds of messes. So I do believe this is Trevor cleaning up for a 4. Oh, and he misses that one as well. Oh. The fact that Trevor hasn't taken his putter at this point and turfed it about 200 feet into the trees is amazing. So, at this point, Duncan got a 4. I believe that Adam and Chris both took 3s. So Duncan has a 1-stroke lead going home, if I am correct, over the other 2. And JJ and Trevor, they're not doing as well today. So we're going to move over to the number 9. And I think we should go down and watch them throw from out just the other side of the mandatory. And I will explain to our listeners when we get over there exactly what a mandatory is. All right, folks, here we are on number 9. And if you take a look just to my left here, gentleman leaning against the post on this tree. He is on one side of the mandatory. I am on the other side of the mandatory. From the tee, these people have to throw, and they have to go through these 2 trees. If they do not, if they go on this side or on that side, it costs them a stroke, and they have to rethrow. So that's what a mandatory is. It forces them to go between these 2 trees. So we're going to just back up here just a little bit, and then they're going to take some shots, and we're going to see how well they do at traversing this mandatory. All right, folks, we're on the number 9 tee. And we're just waiting for them. They're having a little discussion. And it looks like going to the tee to start with is Chris Hoyt with a 1-stroke back of the leader. And there he goes. That looked like it was okay. From here, looks like Adam Daniels is next to the tee. Getting through this mandatory is essential. especially for Adam and Chris. Well, he stayed in the fairway. It's not, he hasn't missed it, so at least he's solid to there. Now it's Duncan. They really kind of need Duncan to probably shank one of theirs. And beautiful. Oh, and right in front of us here. I wonder if I could throw that into the out of bounds. No, I shouldn't do that. No, I can't do that, folks. J.J. Krasinski tosses his cigarette to the side, prepares to tee off on this very difficult number 9. I believe that may have missed the mandatory. He's not going to be happy with that. I think he's looking for Trevor to throw next. Or is he going to throw his second disc right now? No, it looks like Trevor is up next. Well, there we go. That's fine. Looks like everybody's is good there. And now you see that JJ is having to throw a second disc. Means he missed the mandatory. He is now throwing 3 at this time, folks. And that one he did make it through. Just around the tree. So 4 out of the 5 have made the mandatory. And now, barring something terrifically bad for Duncan, with this amazing drive right at our feet here, things are going to be very difficult. You can see this. This is an amazing drive. It's right down here at my feet, and we're well down the fairway. So Adam Daniels is shooting his second shot. He has not got through the mandatory, but he's right on the doorstep, so he has to. And I think he almost has to go for this now across the... And he's going to give it a go. And he ends up in... Oh... Tried really desperately. That's the only shot he had. He almost went through the opening, could have bounced around it, or he could have went over top and just couldn't quite get it done. It's a tough one, but he gave it everything he had. Yeah, JJ is throwing 4 from here. And then at this point, you've kind of, I mean, you're committed to going across the ball diamond, but remember, if you land inside the ball diamond at the Stockholm course, they are considered out of bounds, and you have all kinds of issues at that as well. So he's going across the top. He's through. And he's almost into the back seat of the Access van over there. By the way, the Parkland Association of Disc Golf, of which I am the interim president, would like to thank Access 7 for again coming out and doing a tournament for us. This is the second time. I believe they have plans to be out in Bredenbury on October 1st as well. Trevor trying to go across. Oh, and he cheats death by going through the hole where there's no fence. If it had not been for that, that would have been caught by the fence and all kinds of problem. And now Chris. His entire, this is the shot, folks. He plants this close. I do believe this could be a bird shot and put all kinds of pressure on Duncan. It would be kind of fun to have to play a playoff extra hole. But Chris really needs this one to plant. And, oh, I mean, on a calm day, that's a birdieable shot. Today, it would be a terrific shot. And now I'm going to move through the camera shot here. I know that, folks. And Duncan right in front of us. It was so nice of him to put it right there. I had ideas of throwing it 25 or 30 feet away, but, you know. And this is the wind telling Duncan that, you know, maybe it's not a shoe-in just yet. And he plays it up nice and safe. He's going to be easy for him to par it from there. And we're going to move up and take a look at the final shots and go from there. All right, here we are on the number 9 and JJ way over at the Access van. This has been a rough number 9 for JJ, and he puts it up nice and close. Now we have Trevor Lyons trying to salvage a bit of pride here. not to the bottom of the basket. Thought he might go for it because he had nothing to lose. So this is a tough one through the trees. Wind in his face. Oh, valiant effort. So close. Nice try. Duncan can probably afford to run this and try and finish with a birdie, but we'll see. That is what you call the most conservative approach shot in the history of the game right there, folks. But it does give him the victory. Didn't even try for the birdie. There should be a penalty for that. Not trying for the birdie on the final 9. Just playing within his game. Finishing it off nice and smooth. So we'll get Trevor over here in a moment, and he'll tell us the final scores, and then we will talk to today's winner before we wrap up our coverage of the tournament here in Stockholm, the first tournament that's been held on this course. It's a beautiful 9, lots of trees as you've seen, the fun of the OB ball diamonds. There's lots of fun to be had on this course, so come on out and try it. It is a par 30, holes 1 and 4 and 9. The one we've just finished are par 4s. The other 6 on this course are par 3s. We'd also like to thank the town of Bredenbury and the Bredenbury Ball Committee for allowing or deciding to put in this. Stockholm. Did I say Bredenbury? Well, thank you. Our cameraman just said I went off onto the Bredenbury one. Sorry, Stockholm. The Stockholm Town Council for agreeing to it in the first place, and then also to the Ball Diamond Committee who looks after this area for allowing us to put a course here. So, Trevor Lyons, tell us the final scores on the final 5.
I don't know if I want to. Okay, winning the tournament with a 31 is Duncan Holness. 32 was Chris in second place.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Adam Daniels with 33.
33. JJ Krasinski with 35. And myself with a 38, bringing up the rear.
Well, you know, with being a southpaw, that's expected. We get that out of you. It was close on that, actually. I mean, it was a couple of shots there on number 9 that just went errant on a couple of guys that might have been closer.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're going to get Duncan to come on over here and talk to us. Congratulations, sir. Well, you know, I mean, as ultra-conservative as you can get on that last shot, but they were trying to chase you down. You got the bogey on number 8 to let them back in the game, and it was close.
Yeah, it was good. Like, I knew I had a 2-shot lead going in, and I knew, honestly, 8, yeah, I was a little bit worried about it, but not really. I knew that if I had anything close, if I got a bogey and they didn't birdie, life was good. Get to this, so long as I got through the mandatory, I ripped that sword through mandatory, I was fine. I was happy. When Chris missed that birdie, I was pulling for him, but
And in a win like this, the chances that was a long bird.
And he almost still got it because Chris Hoyt is a fantastic disc golfer. He's number 1 in Regina for a reason.
Now, today, I mean, the first rounds were basically ugly. I mean, they were 36s and 35s and 40s. But you guys settled down a little bit this afternoon. I think you finished with a 31. 32, which is only a couple, 1 over par here. Yep. So you got to be pretty satisfied that, I mean, because the wind was probably gusting harder this afternoon than it was this morning.
Yeah, playing this championship 9 was it was tough, but, you know, playing the first 2 rounds and getting a feel for the holes, it made a big difference. It was important to get those pars. Like I said at the beginning, when we did this before, you know, I'm just playing for par, and I managed 1 over. So, but
was that the difference? I mean, because of it's a championship, you were more conservative than probably in the opening 2 rounds. I mean, where you were going for stuff here, as long as you didn't let guys get away from you, as long as you could stay I mean, pars were good enough.
Pars were good enough, but also just being able to play it the same. If they got a bogey, I could bogey, right? If they got a bogey and I parred, life was good. If I pulled off a birdie, the pressure was on them. So it's, you know, it's all about staying level.
And I mean, a couple shots right here or there. That was a big one for you to get through the mandatory, but the one that Chris is going to remember for like all winter is the one that ended up in the front yard on number 3. Everybody else kind of handled the first shot there pretty well. It got away from him, and it just kept going and going as far north as you can get.
Yeah, he put it in just about the same spot that I put mine the last time I was out here, and it's an awful feeling when you see that disc go up over the trees, hit a certain point, and elevator back down and not come back into play. I mean, I felt bad for him on that one, but I mean, he still almost caught me. He almost chased me down, so he's a good player.
A little bit more solid, though, this championship round than in Yorkton, where you just couldn't quite catch up to the guys. They went out ahead of you and stayed there.
Yorkton, I was a lot more tired playing that championship 9, and honestly, I was just happy to be there. This is my first year of tournaments for disc golf. The fact that I was even close to those guys, Mark, Aaron, Jeremy, they were brilliant competitors. They deserved to get where they got, and I was just happy to be there. It was fun. So this was a little bit better, a little bit more, I was focused.
So do you have a practice basket?
Do I have a practice basket at home? Nope.
So then this is a big one, right? Because, I mean, practice baskets are fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be nice to have something in the winter that I can just go in the backyard and keep that practice up and maybe head out to other courses.
Well, there are some courses that stay installed over the course of the winter that are fairly close to you now, right? We're getting one in Katepwa right away, and obviously Fort Capel.
Yep, Fort Capel, and also Lumsden, just out of the Parkland region there.
That's a fun little course, isn't it? Par 2s. I mean, how evil are those?
Yeah, just using this the whole time to play at Lumsden, but I mean, it still sort of keeps you in the game. If you can keep your fingers from freezing up, it's a good spot to go. We got nothing in Regina because of cross-country skiing trails. The baskets have to come out, so it's nice to have something close.
I'm not quite sure how you would cross-country ski into a basket, but I get the idea, right? So but last winter, I know the course area we're putting in at Katepwa right away, I don't think they had enough snow all winter to have stopped you from going out. I mean, we were out there in January to look over the area, and there was a skiff.
Yeah, it was about the same in Regina. I got out, I cross-country ski a little bit, very little bit. I got out once last year, and we didn't have a lot of snow. If we could have had the baskets in the whole year, it would have been brilliant. But
so does that mean that maybe January we should be doing like a tournament where you play Fort Capel and then you play Katepwa or something? We could do a 2-course winter course tournament.
I would totally be up for that. That'd be brilliant.
Well, you organize it. We'll be there.
Oh no, organizing tournaments. I'll leave that to you guys. You're the pros.
All right. Well, thanks and congratulations again. Well, there you have it, folks. Duncan Holness of Regina wins by a couple of strokes over Adam Daniels, who was third, and a stroke over Chris Hoyt, who was second. He's also a Regina golfer. That wraps up the Access 7 coverage. Thank you for listening. Thanks for Access for being here. And we'll see you soon when we do cover the Bredenbury tournament. But today, Stockholm, wonderful sunny day, a little bit windy. Still had a blast out here. We look forward to returning here next summer.
Look for the end zone. Touchdown!
And the left jab.
Takes the shot. Goal!